Hi, welcome to part 2. I want to talk a little bit about advertising and kind of what our theme is on that and the direction we're going. As you know, a number of months ago, actually almost a year ago, we started with our campaign that will beat any written bid by 10%. And we require the customer to bring in a written bid from our competitor along with a sample. We'll compare it to our product and we'll beat that by 10%. Now, obviously, it's worked in some cases. Well, actually it's worked quite a bit, but we've only really had to drop down and beat anyone's price just a handful of times. Most times people come in and tell us where the competitor was. They don't necessarily have a written bid, and if we get close, we get the order. That's kind of the value or the power that the S&G name has, the reputation, if you will. Now, what I want to talk about the advertising, though, is there's a difference between what we say on the outside of the store and what actually happens on the inside of the store. Advertising, as you know, is meant to drive traffic, drive customers into the stores. So I want to say, with the advertising budget, our walk-in traffic has probably increased over the last year somewhere about 30 to 40%. And that has reflected in the actual sales. So while we're writing more business, we have more people coming in. Kind of basic that the advertising's working and it's paying for itself. But when we advertise, which are going to become much more aggressive in telling everyone that we are the low price leader, that we will beat the big box stores, that will beat any other floor covering store. That's going to be the message on the outside, and it's going to talk about price, how competitive we are, how inexpensive we are, and the things that we can do, okay? And that is all meant to drive people into the store. Now, that's different than how you're going to handle the customer in the store. Once the customer is brought in by the advertising, you, the salesperson, then don't keep harping on the price. You go to your sales techniques and things like that, which we'll get into in the next section. And some people have had a problem with our advertising, people meaning our sales staff. And they're internalizing it, saying, well, I know that maybe Home Depot might be cheaper, and I'm worried that people are going to call us on it and think that we're lying. And probably the best example I can give you is the world's largest retailer. This is the largest retailer known to man since the beginning of man, and that is Walmart. And Walmart has run 3 campaigns over about the last 9 or 10 years. The first campaign, the message was, Walmart, always the low price. Always. You remember that? And that was run somewhere around 8, 9, 10 years ago for a number of years. Okay? The next campaign, which is about 5, 6, 7 years old, was rollback pricing. Walmart is rolling back pricing. Now, they were always the low price leader, always the low price. Now they're saying, but we're rolling back prices. Why would you sell it for cheaper if you already have the lowest price? And if you're at the lowest price, would you have the margin or the capability to roll back prices? But, they built an advertising campaign on it. Now, after they were already the lowest price, and they rolled back prices to make them even cheaper, according to their advertising, their current campaign, maybe you've seen it on TV, is match it. And the concept is, if somebody brings in a competitor's ad or coupon or something like that, Walmart will match it. Now, if you're matching someone else's price, isn't that contradictory to always being the low price? And if you're always the low price, why would you have to roll back pricing? And if you're always the low price and you roll back pricing, why would you have to match somebody else's price? Again, Walmart does this, obviously, to drive people into the store. And a lot of times a perception becomes a reality. There is never, and it's impossible to have any one retailer selling a number of different products and always have the single low price. Can't happen, they wouldn't be in business. So they dollar cost average. Some products they sell at a high margin, some at a medium margin, some at a low margin. S&G is no different. But you as the sales staff have to get your mind around that our new advertising campaign is going directly after the big box stores and the other floor covering stores, that we are going to hammer that we are the low price leader. We have the lowest price. Okay? Accept it, it's going to be there, and actually it's true. you know. I know there's times when somebody might have something on sale or a special, or somebody's gone to a Home Depot store or whatever, but you know, we compete against Home Depot every day, and that total package price, that total installed price out the door and everything, we are extremely competitive, darn right cheap compared to our floor covering brethren, and extremely competitive compared to Lowe's and Home Depot. So get your mind around it. Know that the theme, or the point of advertising, is to drive people into the store, and that once they're in the store, then it doesn't become about price anymore. Okay? And we're going to talk about what it becomes about once the customer walks in the door. Then what's it become about? And that's going to be talked about in the next section. So I'm going to take a little minute and we'll start shooting the next section. Thank you.